Take the day! Wait on my word!
History is filled with stories that defy explanation, armies that vanish, explorers who sail into the unknown, and legions lost to time. How can thousands disappear without a trace? What drives leaders to risk everything in pursuit of discovery? In this video, we'll unravel 5 of history's most baffling mysteries, tales of ambition, bravery, and inexplicable disappearances that continue to puzzle historians. The expedition of Mansa Musa's predecessor. Centuries before Columbus set sail or the Vikings reached North America, a West African king envisioned a journey across the Atlantic. His name remains uncertain, but his ambition was undeniable: to discover what lay beyond the horizon. This tale comes from Mansa Musa, the famed ruler of the Mali Empire, who recounted the story during his pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324. In Cairo, he spoke of a predecessor who launched an extraordinary expedition into the ocean's unknown expanse. At the height of the 14th century, Mali stood as a beacon of wealth and knowledge. Its capital, Timbuktu, was a center of learning, drawing scholars from across Africa and the Middle East. Yet, despite ruling a prosperous empire, this Mansa was captivated by something beyond gold and territory, the allure of the unexplored. He believed the Atlantic wasn't a boundary, but a gateway to new lands. To test his theory, he sent out a fleet of 200 ships, fully stocked with provisions, gold, and crews, eager to explore. As the ships disappeared over the horizon, hope ran high. But tragedy struck. Only one ship returned, its crew haunted by tales of turbulent waters that swallowed the fleet. Despite the warning, the Mansa refused to accept failure. Convinced that discovery lay beyond the waves, he prepared a second expedition, far grander than the first. This time, 2,000 ships were assembled. Determined to lead by example, the Mansa joined the voyage himself, leaving his throne in the hands of his successor, Mansa Musa. What became of this massive fleet is a mystery. Some historians believe they vanished without a trace, lost to the unforgiving ocean. Others argue the expedition may have reached distant shores. Evidence of African crops in pre-Columbian Brazil has fueled speculation of early contact between West Africa and South America. Further intrigue arises from Columbus's third voyage. His logs mention rumors of black-skinned people trading gold on Caribbean islands, suggesting perhaps remnants of the Malian explorers. Yet, no definitive proof has surfaced. The disappearance of the 9th Roman Legion. History is filled with tales of vanished armies, but few are as puzzling as the 9th Roman Legion's disappearance. Once a symbol of Rome's military power, the 9th was forged in the fires of battle under Julius Caesar, earning glory in campaigns across Spain and Gaul. By 43 AD, the legion was stationed in Britain, tasked with subduing rebellious tribes and expanding Rome's reach. For decades they fought in brutal campaigns, their last recorded action in 108 AD, helping rebuild a fortress at Eboracum, modern-day York. And then, silence. No records, no letters, just a void in history. How could thousands of seasoned soldiers simply vanish? One theory places their fate in Caledonia, present-day Scotland. The region's harsh landscape, dense forests, treacherous bogs, and unpredictable weather made military campaigns perilous. Some believe the legion marched north and was ambushed by fierce local tribes, overwhelmed in the fog-shrouded highlands. Another possibility suggests they fell victim to a rebellion in Londinium, where British forces may have caught them off guard. The vanished army of Cambyses. The Sahara Desert is an unforgiving expanse, shifting dunes, scorching winds, and an emptiness that swallows anything unprepared for its wrath. Over centuries, countless travelers have disappeared into its vastness, but only once in recorded history has an entire army been lost without a trace. In 525 BCE, Cambyses II, ruler of the Persian Empire, had just conquered Egypt. His ambitions, however, stretched far beyond mere military conquest. In 524 BCE, he ordered 50,000 soldiers to march from Thebes into the desert to seize the Siwa oasis, home to the Oracle of Amun. The oracle had refused to recognize his rule, and Cambyses saw this as an insult that could not stand. The army set off, well supplied and ready for battle, but they were never seen again. According to the ancient Greek historian Herodotus, as they journeyed deeper into the desert, a colossal sandstorm arose, burying every last soldier beneath the dunes. Not one survived. It was a chilling story, but for centuries, no physical evidence supported it. Many scholars dismissed it as legend. In 2009, 2 Italian archaeologists claimed to have found proof of the lost army: bronze weapons, jewelry, and Persian artifacts. However, their work was dismissed due to a lack of academic approval. Without official verification, the mystery remained unsolved. A more recent theory suggests the army wasn't swallowed by sand, but rather ambushed by Egyptian rebels. The sacrifice of Ivan Susanin. Russia's time of troubles was a period of chaos, war, and famine. It began in the late 16th century, when the ruling Rurik dynasty collapsed, leaving a power vacuum. Various factions, including Poland-Lithuania, fought for control over the vast Russian state. By 1610, Polish forces occupied Moscow, installing their own prince, Władysław IV, as Tsar. But the Russian people resisted. In 1613, a national assembly rejected Polish rule and elected Mikhail Romanov as Tsar, marking the rise of the Romanov dynasty. However, Mikhail was in hiding, sheltered in the remote village of Domnino. When Polish forces learned of his location, they dispatched soldiers to eliminate him before he could claim the throne. Here enters Ivan Susanin, a simple Russian peasant whose name would be etched into legend. According to the tale, Polish troops, unfamiliar with the terrain, sought directions from locals. Susanin volunteered to guide them, but instead of leading them to Mikhail, he took them deep into the snow-covered forests. As the night grew colder, the Polish soldiers realized they had been deceived. In their desperation, they tortured and executed Susanin, but it was too late. The lost legion of Crassus. By the 1st century BCE, Rome was an unstoppable force. Its legions feared across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Yet not every Roman conquest ended in triumph. Some campaigns led to disaster, and one, in particular, may have taken an unexpected turn, leading Roman soldiers to ancient China. It all began in 53 BCE at the Battle of Carrhae. Roman general Marcus Crassus, one of Rome's richest men, led 40,000 troops against the Parthian Empire, hoping to expand Rome's eastern borders. But the Parthians, skilled horse archers, lured the Romans into the open desert and massacred them. Crassus himself was killed in battle, allegedly having molten gold poured down his throat as a cruel mockery of his greed. Around 10,000 Roman soldiers were taken prisoner. What happened to them next is where the mystery begins. Modern-day genetic studies of Lycian's population reveal unusually high rates of European DNA. Some villagers have blue eyes, Roman noses, and even fair hair, traits rare in China. Could they be descendants of the lost legion of Crassus? Further fueling speculation, archaeologists reportedly found a Roman-style helmet inscribed with "One of the Surrendered." However, critics argue that the lack of solid written records leaves the theory unproven. If true, this would mean a Roman legion marched farther east than ever thought possible, integrating into an entirely different civilization. Whether the lost Romans of Kari truly reached China or not, the legend endures, a tale of warriors carried by fate to the edge of the known world. That's all for today. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment if there are any ancient mysteries you want us to explore in upcoming videos.